Hey all, happy New Year's Eve. So I just wanted to take a quick minute and talk about some things I've been watching over the holidays. So two of the things that I've seen over the past week are Nosferatu and Squid Game. And so just wanted to quickly download my thoughts, let you know what I thought, and yeah, maybe that'll help you with a decision on what you're watching over the remainder of the holidays. So starting with Nosferatu. So this was maybe the movie that I was anticipating most this year, right? So I've anticipated it ever since it came, or the news came out that Eggers was making this movie. Eggers is one of my favorite directors, so obviously he did The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman. Um, so loved all of those movies. I thought The Witch was revolutionary. So big fan of him. And then the trailer came out earlier this year, and that built up even more anticipation. Obviously, it's got an awesome cast with Skarsgård and Nicholas Hoult and Defoe and Lily Rose Depp. So yeah, I was super excited. Saw this movie visiting my family up in Branson, Missouri, in a small theater, and so yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I really, really liked it. A couple things that really stuck out to me were just set design. So set in Wisborg, Germany, and the movie makes it feel like you're there. Um, and not just that set, like Orlok's castle, right? It looks real. So they did an awesome job with that. The costume design was awesome, and even Orlok's design. They they nailed it, right? Scary, scary dude. Um, the other thing that I really liked was Defoe's performance. I thought he stole pretty much every scene he was in. So he's kind of this nutty professor type character that everyone thought went crazy because he started to believe in the occult and ghosts and vampires and all of this stuff. Um, so he's just he goes balls to the wall, and he's loud and doing crazy Defoe stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I'm here for it. So yeah, I thought he helped make the movie in a lot of ways. So in terms of things I didn't like, I just didn't think it did anything new or inventive. It followed the story of the first one, kind of beat for beat. Some of the famous scenes are pretty similar. So I just don't think Eggers really took any chances with this, or really says anything new. Um, for that reason, I don't think it's his best work. I don't think it tops The Witch. Overall, I give it an 8.0. Like, from minute one watching the movie, I was in it, right? I was engaged, I was hooked, I was there. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end. Highly recommend for anybody that's looking for something to watch over the rest of the holidays. Yeah, definitely give Nosferatu a try. All right, now let's talk some Squid Game. So I saw this in a weird way. I saw the last few episodes first. Shout out to my sister Christina. She's the one that put it on, and then I just I got sucked in. And yeah, I think my first impression was just seeing being back in the game, and I was like, I don't know that there's really a reason for this to exist. Um, it just kind of appeared to me to be a kind of a carbon copy of season one, and let's just fire it up again and see what happens. Um, I thought aside from that, like, I just can't really follow his logic for ever willingly going back in there. So the season spends a couple of episodes kind of building up to that point, right? So it's kind of just follows into the aftermath of season one, and then there's like a break. It's like there's a couple of years, and then picks up the story. But yeah, I mean, I get their logic, but I still can't follow anybody actually willingly going back into that place. But taking that aside, it is what it is. I found myself drawn back into these character stories, right? This is what Squid Game does. It did it really well in season one, and it knocks it out of the park here again, right? It gives you people to care about. It gives you people to root for, and that in turn raises the stakes of the games, right? Because you don't want these people to die. And so that builds all of these like really emotional, resounding kind of moments throughout the series. So it did that really well again. I found myself caring for these new characters and rooting for them, and so that's part of the fun of Squid Game. I thought again it was really well acted. That was another kind of standout from season one that definitely shows itself again here. And then the other thing that I didn't really remember from season one was I found myself really drawn to the score and the music throughout this second season. So I didn't really remember that being a thing in season one, but yeah, like over and over, I found myself kind of it hit me. It kind of took me out of the show a little bit in the sense of like, okay, this is some really interesting things that they're doing on the music side, and yeah, it just kind of adds to the experience, and so really well done on that side. It made me think of like some of the great sound design that we've seen in recent years. The Oppenheimer soundtrack comes to mind. Some of the stuff they did with the Batman. So even thinking like Wes Anderson, right? Like that's a really big part of his movie. So really impressed that they did that. I think overall, it's hard to judge this season on its own. So season one was 10 episodes. This season was only 7, and the way it ends, yeah, I don't know. To me, it felt like one of those things where like a Mad Men or a Game of Thrones situation where it's like, okay, here's last season part 1, and then we'll release last season part 2. They didn't tell us that. They didn't market it that way. So, but it definitely that's the way it feels. So I'm hesitant to judge the season on its own merits until we see the next one. But overall, it was a fun ride. Yeah, once again, definitely recommend it, and I'll be in for the next season as well. So that wraps up 2024. So yeah, been a crazy year. Looking forward to 2025. Happy New Year's to everybody, and thanks for giving me a chance if you've watched any of my videos, and hopefully I've helped you discover something new. But that's it. I'm out. See y'all in 2025.